Hello, how's everybody doing today? This is Life Coach Linda Kinnard, just coming to you today, just letting you know about an exciting thing that I'm a part of today. I have the honors today of being a part of conducting a life class for caregivers. So, you know, caregivers are very special people that sacrifice themselves to do great jobs for other people. And we know that God calls us to have hearts of servants, hearts that are willing to serve. And I just thank God for Janice Williams, the CEO and founder of Caregivers Respite, for having me here today. God bless you, and hope to see you real soon. I'll have some video footage of the life class. God bless you. I'll see you soon.
I want to introduce to you Life Coach Miss Kinnard.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I think I'll come this way. I'll come down. And I am so excited to be with y'all today. I've been knowing about this particular thing now since last year, when me and Miss Janice met and we hooked up, and she asked me would I be a part of this 12-month event leading up to her conference in November. So I just like to let y'all know a little bit about myself and my heart and why I'm here today. My name is Linda Kinnard. I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 20 years now, and nursing for me has been such a great foundation for me, because through nursing I've learned the love of God for people. Not just the love that we have, but the love of God is the type of love that has no conditions. And that's the type of love that we all have to aspire to want to have in us. Because in today's world, all of us people want to love with conditions. And as a caregiver, and as a professional one, and also as one caring for your loved one, that you will be dealing with people that sometimes that it'll be hard to love or hard to get through the process. But when you have the love of God, it comes with no conditions. Not your age, your sex, your race, or anything. So me being a nurse, being in this field so long, God has shown me His love for people. And through that process as a nurse, and I must say, I'm a great nurse. Because I say that because I have learned over the years I'm a right now type of person. Meaning that if Miss Jones say, Linda, go get me some, no, this is what Miss Jones say. Can you have the PCA go get me some ice? And what I would say, okay, Miss Jones, I'll get you some ice. Because the minute that the time it's going to take me for me to look for somebody, Miss Jones going to be waiting a long time. Because, you know, it's a process. So I try to be, my goal is to try to be quick and on time. Do I make it that way all the time? No. But my heart's desire is to meet people's need. And I want to see them fulfilled. And I feel like that when you have a desire to do something, God will give you the strength to do it. All He does is He adds on to what you have. But you have to have a heart. And you have to have a heart of a caregiver. Because the number one thing that's so important about caregiving is serving. And God says that the one that is greatest in His kingdom is a servant. So I was like, I want to be a servant. Because I want to be great in the kingdom of God. So when you look at it like that, it's like the greater thing is to serve. But a lot of people want to be served. But the greater thing is to be served. And we know that when Jesus came into the earth, He was one of the greatest examples of a servant. Because He came, humbled Himself. And he came in the image of not this big old person, not this big holier than thou. He came as a person that was humble, but he came in love. So our caregivers are, to me, are humble people. They are people that will humble themselves and do some of the things that maybe someone else wouldn't have wanted to do. So y'all get y'all booklet. We're gonna talk. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on everything. Turn to page 7 in your book, in your first booklet. You got 2 books. One of them, that's your worksheet. And I want to talk about this because I'm passionate about nutrition, and Janice will tell you about this. I'm passionate about nutrition, and there are not a lot of people that are trying to eat healthy. And I'm a nurse. I work in a hospital. I work with other nurses, and I look and see what they go get themselves to eat. Oh, okay, Jen.
I'm just repeating right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I look and I see what they eat. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to hit on some keys that are important. And if anybody in here want to lose weight, I can tell you how to lose weight right now.
Okay.
Anybody. If you want to lose weight, it's not nothing new. It ain't no new revelation. It's already, you have already heard this information before. But the key is you doing it.
Yep.
So we're gonna start here, and I'm gonna skim through this. Okay, page 7. In this section, my goal is to guide you into making simple, healthy food choices. As a caregiver, I understand that the time challenges and extreme busyness involved. I personally prepare all my meals for a 12-hour shift to ensure that I have right foods available at my quick reach. I work 12-hour shifts a lot of the times. I bring breakfast, lunch, and dinner with me every day. And
Which means you have to buy the right things. You have to, which I do not do.
I'm gonna talk about that.
You have to spend your time, and you have to put it in little buckets, and you have to bring it. And I need to do it. I want to do it.
You can do it, but
I just don't do it.
I take 15 minutes to prepare that. But essentially, I am so fulfilled within my heart because I feel like I'm taking good care of Linda.
Yes.
You have to take good care of yourself.
That's true.
And I get so much gratification. And I eat some things that are fried too, but in small amounts. And and we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I am like the consistency queen. And my mom, she's not here. She wanted to come, but she doesn't like it when I'm around because I'm like the food police, and I'm not ugly with anybody. It's just if you ask me, do this have a lot of salt in it? And I turn around and look at the back of it, and I say it has a lot of salt. You ask me, did it have a lot of salt in it? So I'm gonna tell you the truth. But anyway, I said that the key is for you to prepare your meals. And I'm going to go on down. As with most people do, when we are busy, we tend to not to eat on time, and we get real hungry. Number one key to overeating, you don't eat on time, and you get too hungry. And you going to overeat every time. You have to schedule yourself meals. Ultimately, 6 small meals a day. That's not nothing new. That is not new. I know y'all have heard that before. When you get too hungry, you know what it does? That it's a certain hormone that's released that makes you real hungry when you miss a meal. And what it does, it makes you real hungry to the fact that you start, when you eat, you're trying to get a level of gratification in your stomach. It's almost like, have you ever heard people say, I just ate them 3-4 pieces of chicken, I'm still hungry. You have to wait 30 minutes. You have to eat a meal, and you have to, that's why they say you need to eat slow. That's right. And I know sometimes we all eat fast, because I be at work, down the floor eating. You have to eat, settle yourself down, and give yourself stomach time for that food signal to get to your brain and let you know you're too full. When your stomach extends and you get too full, you didn't exceed it. You have exceeded it, because guess what? You was eat, and you wasn't feeling that sense of sensation because it hadn't got to your brain yet. It takes time for that feeling to get there for your brain. So, oh, I'm full. When you push out like that, it's too. You do too full. When it put, you know how they say, oh, my stomach tight. I try not to get that way. I try not. It was 2-3 weeks ago. I felt too full, and I told my mom, I said, man, I didn't. I start moving around. Don't get that. Actually, you may feel like you still are hungry after you eat because you ate too fast. So you have to give yourself time, and you have to not rush through the meal. And I know that's hard for some of us because I work with a lot of people. But you gotta kind of settle down and just eat, and then allow that feeling of fulfillment to come if you give it a little time. We're gonna do an exercise concerning this that I have. Anybody got any questions about this first section? Faith in God and self-care for caregivers. Anybody got any questions or make any comments?
I just want to make a comment. This is fabulous.
Oh my! All right.
And I so need it right now.
You do. I'm so thankful.
I've been taking care of my mother for 15 years, and I've been so resentful. I feel like I'm sick.
Yeah.
And just over the past 6 months, I've just started caring about her.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it as a duty,
yeah,
it's become a blessing to be with her. She's 86.
Yeah.
And yesterday, for the first time in probably 30 years, I was going to a listing of, I was going to work, and I gave her a kiss on her cheek, and she didn't shrink back or anything. I mean, it's just a weird relationship we've always had, but I did it.
You did it.
For me, because I felt affection toward her.
Oh my God, that means that God is working in you. And it's just for to get better and better as you yield to Him. But see, God wants our heart to be soft like that towards people. Because when your heart is soft toward people, you won't mistreat them.
That's right.
And you won't.
And the guilt with mistreating is just like
I know it.
I mean, running out of the room, yelling and screaming and cussing.
Yes,
is what I used to do.
I know. But see, this is a new day, and it's a new time for you. And God He's creating in you His love for your mother.
Right, and I'm
letting
go of the negativity of her. Her telling me, well, bring me lunch, or
Right, because see, you missed the first part that I shared a little bit, and I'm gonna just give you a little nitpick of it about God's love. See, we can never, ever fathom the love that God has for us. It's not like anything that we have. We have to long for it. Because God doesn't see color. He doesn't see all these things that we see. Even when people are living a treacherous life and they're doing everything, God still loves them.
Right.
He still, and if you understand that, you will not mistreat people. You will even see a thief, just like Jesus, a thief that was on the cross with Jesus. He was a thief, but he laid there and he was amongst that. But Jesus didn't turn him away.
Right.
Jesus, what did Jesus do? See, that's the example that we have to find. Even though we know that there are people in this world that are evil, that do things wrong, but we got to look at it in the eyes that God, He still love. He don't love what they're doing, but the love will never leave them.
Right. And one thing I read recently is that your emotions are, what is it? Your emotions are what you think really decides the way that you are going to live your life as far as attitude, etc.
Right.
And so that just led me to believe also, get rid of this negativity. Get rid of the resentment.
That's it.
She wasn't a loving mother.
Right.
But she did the best she could.
Right. So now you are having sympathy for her. See, sympathy, empathy, we have to have that. Because if you don't, you will never be affectionate for someone else, even when they have wronged you.
And I feel so much better about myself.
Oh God! Oh, see, you're on a spiritual journey, and I'm gonna tell you something. You are going to fulfill some of your mom's greatest days. Her last days or her greatest days, you'll be together, and then you will have the greatest peace of mind whenever God calls her home, because you have tapped into the heart of God, and that's what we all have to do. We have to tap into the heart of God
and trust.
All right. Anybody else got any more comments?
I have one.
Yes.
In step 7, it said, humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings.
Yes.
When I was taking care of my husband, a lot of times I would get angry, I would curse.
Yes.
And then I would lay on his chest and cry, and he would pat me on my back.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Because he understood.
It was hard, but I did it. Yeah.
But you did it, but God strengthened you to do it.
He did. He sure did.
Anybody, we're going to do now. Yes. Yes.
Even though she was talking earlier about husband, I had 2 husbands, 2 really passed.
You
And
did.
the second one, which my sweetheart, I love him so much. Before he passed, I was really, taking care of him. He asked me one day, he said, "You're so sweet. Why are you doing this to me?" It's because you're my husband, and I love you. And I said, if I go out there and take care of somebody that I don't know, I'm going to take care of you.
Right.
So he appreciated so much that he was so surprised that I took the time. He felt like that I was just like, forget you, I got work to do. No, I had to be not just a caregiver out in the open where people could see me verbally. I had to be a caregiver from the closed doors.
That,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? So when he passed, yes, I wept. But I thank God I done what I was supposed to do.
You
As a
did,
wife.
and look at you.
Yeah.
And you know what they actually, you know what he actually sing? He sang God.
Yes, yes.
He sang God. Do you know why we weep and we cry when we see people? I remember when they had New Orleans when they flooded. When I seen the people rescuing the people, I seen God.
Right.
We see God every day.
Yes.
All you got to do is look for Him. Look around you. When you see somebody being kind to somebody, when you see somebody being loving to somebody, when you see somebody helping somebody, you have just seen God. You have just seen Him. You have to know that you are an extension of Him. And when you mess up and you do things wrong, because we all do. We all slip up and say, "Ooh, I was acting mean right there. Lord, forgive me." He wants you to get it right quick. He don't want you to sit up and hold that thing for 2 and 3 days. He say, now you know you was mean to so-and-so. Get it right with him quick, because first of all, we live, whether you know this or not, you live in transparency to the Lord. Everything about you is being exposed. When you live a transparent life to the Lord, He is seeing you.
Right.
So even if my heart is dirty in here and you don't know it, He knows it.
Right.
So when they talk about mask, take the mask off, you need to take that mask off before the Lord, because He sees it and He wants you to deal with it.
Yes.
Whether it's your heart, whether it's you know, "Oh, I know I didn't do that right," or you told a tale, small tale, or whatever it is. Whatever you can remember. We can't remember everything because we are humans and we're not perfect, and He knows that. But to the best of your ability, you get your heart right with Him. And even if you wrong somebody, if I wrong you, just say if I did something to you and you was like, okay, or I wronged you and I knew it, but you didn't say anything to me, and God showed it to me. What you do, you make amends with God first. You always make amends with Him first. Then you go make amends to the person that wronged you, that you wronged. Because you know why? You know why you do it in that order? Because what if I go to you and you don't receive my forgiveness? But guess who received my forgiveness first? You always go to God first. God is your Father. He is the one that you answer to. And He is the one that's going to ultimately cover you for whatever you've done. So if you wrong and they don't receive your love or don't forgive your sin, you say, "Well, Lord, I I took care of with you.
That's right.
And guess what? You go to sleep, you go in peace. Because you have got that thing right.